How's everybody doing today? Let's go. Dude, stuff's getting crazy, man. We're just going to go over what's going on in the economy right now and the dollar and everything. A lot of people have been asking me about the dollar and, the implications and why this is all happening. And, dude, it's kind of crazy. I feel like we're kind of in a currency war, but I'm going to wait a second here. I'm going to let some people jump in. How's everyone's weekend going so far? Hopefully everyone's, getting drunk, having some fun here. Oh, no, I didn't bring my lighter. One second here. All right, I'll be back in 1 second. I'll let the room fill up for a minute, and then we'll go ahead and start here. Give me 30 seconds, guys. Not even. I just gotta go grab my lighter. Alrighty. How's everyone doing today? Alrighty, so I'm just gonna go over what's kind of going on in the world, the economy, why everybody's starting to back away from the dollar, and starting to do trades in between themselves. Now, once when this first started coming out, and I said this was going to start happening right after all these phases because all of these swaps, all these trillions of hidden debt will start coming out. And everybody that does not like us is going to start to get away from us, or they're going to start to hold us accountable because why would they let us continuously throw trillions and trillions into their economies with this toxic debt? Now, what's happening is the dollar has been gaining power, and it's still been gaining power. Now, when that happens, all of these other countries, their entire economy and their dollar is losing value, and it's hurting them. It's hurting them in trades. It's making it harder for them to trade. So what they need to do is start getting their currency out into the world, get more demand for it, to gain more value to combat the dollar. So what a lot of these people are doing is they used to look over at the United States, and I feel like people gave us way more credit than what we deserve because a lot of these people, I think, thought we were holding these guys accountable a little better than we were. And in the end of the day, what everybody's starting to realize is it's just another fiat currency. Just like always, the empire got too greedy and everybody else is starting to see it's toxic over there. And all they're doing is just what everyone else is doing. Printing. And that's what they will always do. Print and raise rates. And if you look at the way that we're raising rates right now, the levels are insane with how fast they are doing it. Usually you do this over time. We're doing it by month. I mean, it's so out of control right now. Everybody's seeing this dumpster fire. And then you look over and you go, okay, why is this so valuable and how can I combat this? So what's going on is these people are starting to trade between each other. And on top of that, one of the things that a lot of people have not been paying attention to, they've been buying gold up like crazy. Meanwhile, what we're doing, there it is, sorry. What we're doing is sorry about that. I gotta take a drink quick. What we're doing is we're having banks park their money and we're having our government just sit there and pay them $750 million in interest a day of our fiat currency. And on top of that, we're going to keep printing. So what they're doing is you have our banks currently. 1 second. Let me find this one tab. JP Morgan today. Okay. JP Morgan sold. Where was it? They sold a whole bunch of gold today. So why our banks are selling gold, they're buying it up. So if you look at our currency more and more in the world, everybody's looking at it going, this is a massive dumpster fire. And like I said, they're going to start trading their own currencies. Now, if you look over here, a lot of people are trying to not make a big deal over here about Saudi Arabia. And one of the things most people don't realize is, guess what? Oil was traded in dollars. So this is a lot bigger deal than a lot of people realize. The United States back in the day, Saudi Arabia thought that, hey, we need your protection, your military protection. So, and on top of that, we had our reserves. So we could always tap into our reserves. So we had a little bit of leverage with these guys. So what ended up happening is they no longer felt like they needed our military protection. And then they're looking over at China. They're looking over at BRICS. They're looking over at the fiat currency. They're looking over at BRICS is going to be backed by gold, a commodity. And they are seeing that the United States, like I said, we'll get into this all in a second here. We've been continuously hiding debt. Every single day since we've been fighting this, People have continuously stole billions. It's not like we're just taking a little bit out at a time. We're stealing billions, trillions, quadrillions. The whole world is seeing it. They're finally getting a peek behind the counter. There's a video. Give me 1 second here. I want you guys to listen to this clip real quick.
This bank that's going to go down is the Bank of Japan, because the Bank of Japan, carrying the interest rates at what, 0 or whatever they did, financed the derivatives markets. And the derivatives market, you know, as Warren Buffett said about derivatives, they're weapons of mass financial destruction. And the derivatives market in the world today, financed by the Bank of Japan, is a quadrillion. Quadrillion.
Well, you know,
So
but stop what you're saying.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys, if you guys have time, listen to this clip, seriously. It's about 6.5 minutes long, and this guy basically is telling you guys everything I've been saying. All this toxicness everywhere. People are now realizing, I can go get gold, I can go get silver. It's got more value than fiat currency. This government over here, you are stuck in a rock in a hard place. And that has been what I've been saying for a while now. You have the feds having to continuously bail out criminals, and they're still stealing by the day. And they're going to have to print and print and print, and our money is going to keep losing value. You're going to have inflation. They're going to have to keep raising rates. The problem is they gave rates. They were so low for so long, everyone's borrowing. And then all of a sudden, you basically cut them off. You made it harder and harder and harder and harder. On top of that, you had inflation already. You printed so much money in the last couple of years, to the point where, like I said, there was nowhere but inflation to go. I don't know what the hell we don't know where it came from. And that's the problem. Everybody's starting to look over at us and going, their country's no better off than we are. Everybody is in fucking debt over there. And on top of that, if you look at the debt to our public, like I said, guys, it's now up to 24 trillion. Just posted it today. It's up to 24 trillion to the public. 80% of our national debt is to us. It's getting higher and higher and higher. It's insane. And it's all our insurance. It's like I said, dude, they are taking from everything. They just said, where the hell is it, God? I wish I didn't have so many tabs all the time. Social Security. Like I've been telling you guys for a while, when you go to retire and you go in to collect on your insurance, your Social Security, these 401ks, they're not going to be there. It's already been stolen. It's already been borrowed off to the government that can't pay it back. They have no plans to pay it back. And what are they going to pay it back with? A fiat currency that is losing value? The minute people started seeing this behind the curtains, they're looking over going, hey, the United States is weak. These are people that don't like us. These people need their currency to gain value throughout the world, or they're going to get crushed under the dollar. They're gonna. They have no choice but to adapt at this point. But if oil starts trading, if they start trading it in China's yen, sorry, dude, it's gonna be a massive problem. This is gonna be a massive problem for the United States. Trades, everything coming over to us. Trading's gonna be more expensive. It's gonna be passed down to all of us, which we already can't afford anything now. They're already trying so hard to fight inflation and they can't. They're gonna continuously raise rates. This bombshell of derivatives that I've been talking about for so long. Everybody keeps talking about, oh man, they can continuously do this and borrow. No, they can't. The rest of the world is waking up. The rest of the world is now phase 6. That third party watching these contracts is a massive deal. Nobody wanted to take that serious. No, they're going to be just corrupt and they're going to let it go. If I'm another country and I see you doing toxic derivatives in my country, think about it. Some of these countries, A, they hate us. B, some of these countries lined up their people and put them to a firing squad for being corrupt their SEC versions of people. Why would they let our people go ahead and just run all over them? They're not gonna. People are not going to sit there and stand for what the United States have done all over the place. As he said, weapons of mass destruction. When these go off, How can we contain a quadrillion right now? You can't. That's why I've been preaching and I've been saying I'm going to buy land as much as I can, gold coins, silver. I believe meme stocks. I personally have been buying them because I believe they are the safest place, because I don't believe retail is going to sell. I believe a lot of retail have put most of their money into these stocks, and that's where they're holding it. And I believe a lot of people don't trust the banks anymore. I don't see them selling off massively at this point, and I see that these companies, when all the stuff starts going down, this is a bomb that I've said we needed to see go off onto these banks. And when it goes to these banks, they will pass it down to all of these companies that they're letting people just slip by. They can't let them slip by anymore, and that's what we've been needing to wait for. The banks having no choice, because they're the DTCC. They're the criminals. They're gonna let everybody slip and slide until they can't, until the water gets shut off, and everyone else is shutting the fucking water off. I said you cannot sit there and hide trillions, quadrillions, and eventually it doesn't spill over to where you cannot contain it, cannot hide it. You cannot keep printing. You cannot keep bailing these banks out. Everybody's seeing it. Before I keep going, though, I wanted to get into one more thing, though. Because going on that note, a lot of people have asked me about this thing right here, because a lot of people are freaking out about. I hope I didn't play anything there. Sorry if I did. Let me just make sure nothing's playing. Yes, a lot of people are freaking out about this act here, and they're talking about stocks here. Where is it? Stocks, and it talks about how the president, he can, undo stocks, and he can make people, migrate risk and basically sell off or put it somewhere else if it's in the risk of national security of the United States. And a lot of people thought this was about the MOAS, and honestly, I believe it's about everybody in all of these countries and all of this trade stuff. And he knows that we are so fragile that these people can now go after our stocks. They can now go after our, we already are losing faith in the stock market. How can't you? How can't you? It's nothing but corruption at every fucking turn, and nobody seems to be doing anything. Like I said, you cannot sit there and keep printing, hiding it, and raising rates. Why? Because you are doing exactly what I said you're going to do. You're going to kill your housing market. The housing market will go down. You have no choice. Nobody will be able to go get a home loan. Nobody. And then what? Now the Fed's number one asset is losing mass value. BlackRock already took a massive hit of trillions because they bought those mortgages at the top, and now guess what? They're going to take another massive hit on those. It's going to take them years to be able to offload those to recover that. On top of that, they keep raising rates. I mean, the Treasury, this is getting to the point. The bubble is so massive in so many sectors. Eventually, you have to do something or one's going to pop. There was one thing I want to show everybody here real quick. Where was it? I think it was that. Damn it. Most U.S. banks are technically near insolvency, and hundreds are already fully insolvent. Like I said, guys, everybody's seeing the bomb. I'll have to call her back here in a little bit. But like I said, in so many sectors, you're having so many problems. And on top of that, we still haven't talked about the pension funds. And every time these rates go up, you're hurting the pension funds. There's another bubble. And like I said, everywhere there's these bubbles. But I just wanted to say, like I said before I keep going, but I don't believe this was to stop MOAS. So many people were panicking about this and saying that, it's obviously coming because it's right there, and this is just going to be the president fucking us. But I don't believe this is fucking us. Not that the way it's worded, obviously he could. The way they word it, he could pretty much do it. But I don't believe that it was intended for MOAS to fuck us over, or would it be used in that exact circumstance. But this is one of the reasons why, too, Gary was pushing for all these market changes, is everybody's seeing it. And it's still time, so I do want people to... God damn it, did I not put it up? if you guys want to comment on these rules, we should still comment on these rules. I believe these rules are actually in our best interest. The auction, it hurts all of these market makers. It fucks over. It gets rid of payment for order flow. All of those market makers are fighting it. Every single one. And I know it's just little steps, but guys, you can come over here on Dave Lauer. Here it is right here. He shows you how to fill it out. Go ahead and put this up real quick. Go make your comments heard. We want this rule. We want this rule. We want to abolish payment for order flow. Just get it the fuck out of here. Get that fucking... Get Bernie's little system out of here. This gets rid of Bernie's system once and for all. We all want this, and they're all fighting it. All the liquidity fairies are fighting it. They cannot hide it forever. And the second that everybody starts losing faith in the United States, like is what's happening, and everybody sees that we're just as fragile as everybody else. We're already maxed out across the board. The debt ceiling, the FDIC. I already showed you guys. The insurance is maxed. They can't do anything with that until they raise the debt ceiling. Well, what are you going to do? Keep raising the debt ceiling? Keep maxing it? Keep maxing it? Like I said, everybody's looking over like, what the hell's going on over there? It's no better. Like I said, it's no better than anywhere else. And now is the time for us to get our currency out in the world and start gaining power back and taking it from the dollar. They have no choice or they will be crushed. There's 19. This is a very good thread. I'm going to put this up. This guy is very intelligent. If you do not follow him, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. There's 19 countries now that have switched. And that was on the 28th. And then you had Saudi Arabia. And like I said, the oil. And this is a massive deal. This is a way bigger deal than people are letting on. Like I said, the dollar, everyone, just like every empire, they got too fucking greedy. They stole too much. All the politicians, all the people in charge, they needed one more mansion. They needed one more island just because they needed it. They had to have it. They had to have it because it was bigger than their buddies. Like I said, the corruption is no different in the United States than any of these countries that we're sitting here bashing. The only difference is there's two ways to conquer and enslave a nation. One is the sword, and that is what these guys chose. And that way is wrong. That way is awful. And the United States chose debt. But debt is, I'm not going to say it's as bad, but debt costs people lives. It costs marriages. It costs businesses. It costs dreams. It costs, like I said, it's a horrible thing. And the only difference is it's done behind your back and the sword's done right in front of you. The United States is, like I said, man, the cesspool is so deep. Bernie Madoff's little scheme just went right into the hands of the rich. COVID, they control everything. The media, like I said, everybody wants to think, government runs government runs this country. No, the corporations now run this the country. It is so fucked up with dark money. What is happening is honestly unbelievable. And like I said, everybody's seeing it, dude. The people that don't like us see we're vulnerable, and right now they're going to get their currency up as much as they can. They're going to all join BRIC. Go ahead and look at us, try to bring the dollar down, and look and go, hey, we're the only country backed by gold. We have our currency backed by gold. You have a currency backed by failing economy, just like all of everyone else's. Said that it's pretty crazy what's actually happening right now. On top of that, like I said, I don't see things getting better anytime soon. Do you guys? It's actually really fucking scary. Now, I wanted to show people this because, like I said, this is what is going on in front of us is just so fucking stupid. I want you guys just to read the first line and the last line of this, and then we'll get into the middle quick. So they charged him with raising $8 million through an unregistered offering, okay, of their token. So they made an exchange. They got $8 million in this token that they did. It wasn't registered. And look what ended up happening. Now, this isn't a person. This isn't per person. This is as a group. As a group, they will pay $79,200 in penalties. So, this is why it's like, Gary, stick it up your ass. They made $8 million. They paid $80,000. Now, watch this. The founder used $900,000 for personal use and gambling. So, he gambled more than the fine. And then Gary goes, hey, I want $3 billion because I want to crack down on crypto. What? Why? So you can do this? So you can go ahead and get these guys? Get these crypto companies. We gotta fuck them up. We gotta get those crypto companies and give them, I don't give a fuck if they, again, made $8 million and we're gonna find them 80,000. We need $3 billion to go ahead and do so. Stick it up your ass, Gary. Give us $3 fucking billion. We need $3 billion. So we could charge people $80K. Oh my god, dude. Like I said, everybody's seeing it, and guess what? Crypto exchanges stop operating in the US. People are going to start backing up. They're going to get away. They're going to start operating everywhere else because little crypto Gary's getting involved. And like I said, you guys, the shit that the United States is focusing on, this shit's going to get real fucking scary, bro. We need, like I said, the number one thing we need to bring to people's attention. This shit will not get fixed until acceptance, waivers, and consents are abolished. Acceptance, waiver, and consents is what keeps these guys out of our court system, okay? Because of this, they're able to go to FINRA instead of our court system. I'm not going to sketch this. I don't need to. They don't go to our court system. They go to FINRA, who sets their own guidelines and their own rules. And then if they decide that it needs to go farther, then they do. Well, instead what they do, and here, read this. An acceptance, waiver, and consent is a process used when they do not contest an allegation made by FINRA. They accept findings. Yeah, okay, we did it. But they don't admit any wrongdoing, and they agree to pay a penalty. So basically they say, I did the crime, but I didn't do any of the legal part of the crime. I didn't do that. I'm not going to admit any wrongdoing, but I did something. So here's money. Look the other way. Now, why do I bring this up one more time? The next line. FINRA uses acceptance, waiver, and consents as a way to get away from formal hearings and costly, expensive, lengthy litigations. They literally tell you, we use these so we don't have to go to court for these guys, so they don't get really prosecuted. We can collect our little fine and they can go on their way and do it again. This allows everything. This is their little bribe. This is their look away. And it's right in front of you. And you see it every fucking time. It's always without admitting guilt. Without admitting guilt. All I said, we have to get this fucking shit abolished. Acceptance, waiver, and consent have to be our number one fucking thing. Here it is. JP Morgan selling off gold. And this is my point. Our banks are selling gold and they're buying it. They're buying it to back their currency. We owe everybody. The United States government on March 14th sold 9,800 Bitcoin. It dropped 9% that day. And then, it came back. But they plan to sell another 41,500 more Bitcoin. Good thing they go, hey everybody, get away from the banks, get into these cryptos, blow up Bitcoin quick, and then they sell. Crazy. Right on cue. Good old government fucking its people. Like I said, guys, Social Security. And what do you got everywhere else going on? This dude's badass. El Salvador president signs bill eliminating all taxes on income, property, and capital gains for technology innovation. Basically, this guy's like, fuck it. Let's become the tech capital of the world, and let's start making fucking super good... Murphy, come on, you keep distracting. Sorry, he's chewing on my damn shoe. Give me those. Here, eat your bone. What are you doing? Sorry, right in the corner of my eye, he just kept catching it. I was like, what is he doing? Boom, it was my shoe. That everybody's starting to realize if you have your people succeed, if your middle class succeeds, your country explodes. If your middle class can go ahead and spend money, dude, if you guys get technology in, I mean, like I said, the United States sits there and they sell you a dream. In reality, they just take it when you succeed. They steal it through short and distort. They take your company. They take your patents. And then they crush it behind the scenes so you don't fuck with their company. It's why our technology is slowing way the fuck down. Said, guys, everybody's looking over like the United States dollar. We don't need to be trading in it at this point any longer. It's another fucking currency. It's another thing backed by corruption. And the corruption, the curtain is coming out. So this shit is going to start getting real fucking crazy. Said this stuff's going to start getting real interesting. Like I said, Saudi Arabia, everybody wants to play it down. It's no big deal. But when they start doing oil, said these currencies are going to start gaining a lot of value. And I don't, like I said, I don't see this crashing. You know, the United States, everybody's freaking out about, oh man, you know, is the dollar going to be worthless if we get a MOAS and it doesn't even matter anymore? Of course it matters. You're going to have money and we're going to still be running on that currency. It's not like the dollar is going to go away. It's not going to go to this point where nobody's trading in it. It's still going to be traded. It's just these guys need to, again, they can't be crushed under the dollar. But worldwide, yes, it's going to lose a little value. But this is a currency war. This is these guys trying to get theirs up as high as they can. They're trying to attack ours, and they're trying to get out of the dollar through all of these trades and get as much as theirs out as possible. So this stuff's going to start like I said, it's going to start getting real interesting. Okay, my wife has called me like 9 times. Call your mom. I think I have to go quick. I have to call my mom. I gotta make sure she's alright. I have like 12 missed calls from my parents. I'm gonna call my parents. I might have to go here real quick, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna shut this down. If I can jump back on, I'll jump back on. I just gotta make sure. I have like 12 voicemails. I'll be right back.